Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 1,000 subscriber special Draw My Life. This is part one. Part two is actually going to be that clock I'm getting. So, yeah. Because I feel like it Draw My Life. Now, there's only really a few key moments. Not when I mean a few, probably like a little more than a few, but there's not very many key moments I remember. But I feel like since this Draw My Life might be pretty short, I feel like I could count. I might have to count the clock as also part of the 1K subscriber special, because I don't even know if this is enough for 1K. I can't thank you guys enough. Anyways, let's get straight into this Draw My Life, shall we? We start off when I was born, April 10th, 2009, in Boston, Massachusetts. I had autism, ADHD, and OCD. I still have those now. I don't know why I said had, but yeah. That's what happened then. Then, in about 2010, when I was a year old, my grandma got her first ever clock. Which you guys, I know you guys don't know, but it was the CTS Nostalgia Oak, believe it or not. And then, one night, the CTS Nostalgia Oak fell on the floor and broke, which resulted them into getting the clock that they have now, which is the CTS Nostalgia Walnut. Also, by the way, this is going to go based on what I remember from each year. Now, in 2012, my mom and my biological dad and biological mom got a divorce. I was 3 years old. And then, in 2015, I'm gonna get so flamed in the comments for this, but in 2015, my dumbass dropped the keys, like my mom's car keys, down the elevator shaft. Which is why, pretend this is like the elevator shaft and they're at the bottom. I think they're probably still there right now. I'm not sure if we ever got them out. I can't remember too far if we ever got them out, but I was 6 years old at the time, so I don't know if you can even really blame me for it. Then, in 2017, I got my first ever Seiko clock, which, believe it or not, is the 2015 collector's edition right here. That's the same exact clock from 2017. That's not like a one I just like purchased off eBay. My grandparents technically got me for this, but yeah. And then in 2018, we moved from, we technically lived in Woburn, Massachusetts, but we moved from Woburn, Massachusetts to Porter, a town in Maine called Porter. We lived there for about a little bit throughout most of 4th grade. Oh my god. Then in January of 2019, when we moved to Georgia. Now, I'm not going to say where in Georgia because I'm still in Georgia right now. But we moved to Georgia. Now, this was the second semester of my 4th grade year. So, just wanted to tell you guys that as well. Then, sadly, on I think it was October 10th, 2020, one of my dad's cats, Taz, passed away. It was really sad, dude. I still remember it to this day, but I think I grieved about it for about 2 or 3 years. I think I want to say I'm fully over it now, but yeah, it was terrible. It was very terrible. Like, my dad literally found him on the couch the morning of, I think, October 11th, just cold and dead, essentially. And then in 2021, I was 12 years old. My dumbass decided we were in the pool. We were in Hilton Head Island in Hilton Head, South Carolina. We were at Hilton Head. I decided to run into the deep section of the pool, which, by the way, had no lifeguard. While my parents were watching my brothers, helping them swim, my dumbass starts fucking drowning. My dumbass, I don't know why I'm laughing, but my dumbass starts fucking drowning. Then, thankfully, out of nowhere, my stepdad comes in, grabs me, and pulls me out. So we didn't die in 2021. So that's good. Then eventually later in 2022, we all take a trip to Cancun, Mexico. And when I tell you that was like the best trip of all, I mean it. I really mean it. I love that trip. So obviously I was 13 years old. We went to Cancun. I hung out at the pool. hung out in the, I kind of walked into the ocean a little bit, but not very much. And then we get to the really sad part that I'm still not fully over yet. As many of you guys know, sadly, in 2024, when I was 15, just starting my sophomore year in high school, my stepdad passed away. Very sad. That's me and my mom right there, because it was technically just me and my mom that went to go see him. But yeah. And then in 2025, my stepdad's cat, I obviously told you this before, I'm pretty sure. This is when I said I was going to take a break from YouTube. Not my stepdad's cat. Why I say my stepdad's cat? My dad's cat, Nova, passed away of old age, I believe. Wait, no. It wasn't of old age. We had to put him down. But he passed away in November of 2025. Then, I don't even know if this is just a coincidence. Literally 1 month later, I know I need to clip my fingernails, but 1 month later, my dad and stepmom's dog, Letty, passed away of old age. Well, not old age, sorry, a stroke. Why do I keep messing this up? She passed away of a stroke. She passed away inside the car on the way to the vet. Unfortunately, this was in December. This was on New Year's Eve, I believe I was told. It was either December 30th or New Year's Eve. I'm still not over either of these yet, either. Then moving on to the last memory, and one of the happiest memories in this year, in 2026. So pretty much right now, my clock collection has grown significantly. I have all these clocks all over everywhere. So yeah, that is going to be it for my Draw My Life. I'm using a notebook I got from a college assembly I went to last year. But that is it for my Draw My Life. And for now, it's your boy Clocks 2009. See you guys in the next one. Bye!